Part of developing good concentration and extended focus is learning how to ignore stupid things, ignorant things. The majority of the things that you take in this world are ignorant, and they deserve to be ignored. You have to develop a mental filter, right, in your brain to filter out and not give too much attention to these limited ideas that serve to catch your attention, to serve to lower or lessen your intelligence, to get you to concentrate on nonsense. Because if you concentrate on nonsense, if you concentrate on ignorance, then your thoughts will turn to that. If you listen to ignorant music, watch ignorant television shows, listen to ignorant people, engage ignorant people in conversation, then eventually your concentration, your focus will become limited. You will develop bad concentration when you need that concentration to focus on greater things, bigger things, serious things. Like, for example, our people would be, like, say, we'll get out of school and, we'll hang around our friends and things like that and hang around a bunch of stupid people, simple-minded people, just talking a bunch of ignorance and nonsense. And then let's say we take a hiatus from school and we end up going back and we want to take up something like medicine or law or whatever. Our brain can't really focus on these things, or our brains have been so dumbed down with ignorant connections and limited focus on stupid things. So when it comes time to focus our concentration, focus our center of thought on something serious, we can't do it because our brain is still jumbled with ignorance, nonsense, things we should have ignored a long time ago. We don't have a filter as black people. We don't know how to filter out ignorant things. We don't know how to filter out ignorant things and take in important things, things that will move our concentration and improve our focus forward into the future. We don't know how to do that as a people. The majority of the things our people are still thinking about in this day and time were things we were thinking about when we were teenagers. Hip-hop, weed, the same things that our people was doing in the past, the same things 10 years up the road that you're doing today. That is due to bad concentration and limited focus. You can't concentrate on anything other than childlike prepubescent or teenage ways of thinking, right? And in your teenage years, you expect the people you hang around, their thoughts to be limited because you're still growing as a person. Your mind is still developing. However, the problem with black people is their minds really don't develop at all on the level it should be developing because we're surrounded by ignorant people. We are surrounded by ignorant music, by ignorant television shows, by all types of ignorance in this environment. Even coming out of our own mouth is poisoning us mentally. It is lessening our concentration because we're going to need the concentration to focus on things that are about to take place very soon in the lives of black folks in this country and around the world. But if you got your head stuck in what the next mixtape coming out is, or how much weed you could buy, or when you're going to get your hair done or your nails done, or when you're going out to some club or some nonsense, if your mind is focused on stupidity, you're not going to pay attention. You're going to miss it. Statements are being made about black people all the time. And once statements are being made, it's not long before action follows. Right? Black people are not on point with anything because their concentration is bad. Their thoughts and their focus are limited. Their focus on thoughts are limited to simple-minded things. They still have the concentration and the mental focus of children. Right? And you have a lot of people in the society that aid in keeping this a reality. Even when our people supposedly focus on things that's supposed to be serious, like politics and news and whatever is going on, the focus on that even in itself is still limited, because our people tend to look at these things through the eyes of other people. A lot of our people develop their views on politics, on media, on racism, or whatever's going on in the society, whatever they say is newsworthy. Our people tend to develop their overall opinions, or form their opinions based on what other people think. Right? Never on something that comes out of their own mouth. Their mindset on, thinking logically to come up with conclusions, logical conclusions, is not developed. Right? Black people would rather go and look to other people to answer the questions for them instead of thinking themselves, concentrating. This is what we try to do in the State of Mental's radio broadcast, to get our people to concentrate, because in order for you to think, you have to have good concentration. You have to have good focus. You have to listen instead of hearing things, because that's the problem with our people. And that's the problem with a lot of ignorant people, white, black, blue, I don't care what they are, what race they are. The problem with a lot of ignorant people, as you heard last night with the idiots from last night, the problem with a lot of ignorant people is they know how to hear, or they hear, but they don't know how to listen, because listening takes concentration. Listening is a art, or listening is a ability or capability that you can only develop by thinking, by focusing beyond simple things, beyond simple-minded and limited ways of thinking. And black people have not learned to master that yet. Hell, nobody, white people, a lot of people haven't learned to master that yet. It's not just black people. The world over. But a lot of it, being that I focus on our people, the majority of our people have not learned to master that yet. That's really why we're not making it in the world today. We're not really evolving or achieving on the level we're supposed to be evolving and achieving on, because we're not focused on the future. The future requires, or the focus on the future requires, great concentration, right? Great concentration. You have to be able to be silent and tune out from ignorant things. Tune out from ignorant people. And that's just something our people don't want to do, because we're taught that these people, the people that we associate with, the people that we hang around, that these are fun people, right? Their conversations are fun, laughable, something to entertain us. Because in our lives, we look to be entertained. We don't look to be enlightened. We look to be entertained. We don't look to be enlightened, because people claim, in the conscious community or whatever, people claim, so-called black people who are, looking for knowledge or information, they claim that their whole point of being searching out information is to be enlightened. That's false. The whole purpose of black people seeking out information, truly, is to be entertained, to have their minds blown, right? Because now our people are focused, or their concentration borders on entertainment. We like looking at things like hearing things about the secret societies of 666 and this, that, and the third, to get our minds blown. Yet we won't come together and do anything, because that takes concentration, that takes focus. We like taking on Egyptian names and Pan-African names and, and all the other stuff, but deep down inside, we only like these things because they don't really require concentration or focus. We like talking about black power this and black revolution this and that and the third, and the white man, or whatever we talk about, other nonsense black people talk about, or the news, or what's going on in politics, because that doesn't really take concentration. That doesn't really take focus. We like to go to school to take up things like philosophy, psychology, sociology, all things that don't really take any focus. All it requires is that you that you listen. Don't pay it. You're not really paying attention. You're listening to a group, a bunch of information, and you're just required to repeat it back verbatim like a parrot. Which is why our people stay away from technical things like medicine, like law, like science. We stay away from those things because it requires our people to concentrate, to think, to go beyond your limited focus, right? And we're going to discuss that in great detail because that's an ability that our people had back in the ancient world before all of this confusion came in, before all this madness came in, before we started accepting beliefs and philosophies and, of other people. We're going to go in great detail about that tonight. I am the intellectual Nuben Menkarayzz, and this is State of Mental Radio. And tonight we're talking about why black people have bad concentration and limited focus in life. Like I said, we have the mentalities of children. Black people have the mentalities of children. I'm going to just say it like it is. You know why? I said I was watching Iron Man. Went to go see it a couple of nights ago. And, I watched, as there's a movie industry, right? And, we go to these places to be entertained. And these people spend billions of dollars to entertain the world, entertain us, the world, whatever. They spend billions of dollars. They work in an industry that's based on entertaining people. These people work in, I'm talking white people or whatever. They work in industries that are based on entertaining the masses. They work in industries that are based on building environments or technical things in society that our people rarely engage in, right? Things our people rarely engage in. We don't wonder why or how these things work, all sorts of technical things from science to medicine, things like we don't focus on those things, right? Because it's not entertaining. We're told, our mind tells us that these things are boring because we look at anything that takes extended concentration or extended serious concentration or unlimited thought, constant thought, we tell ourselves is boring because we've been programmed to be stimulated by ignorance, by stupidity, by having our minds blown, by being entertained pretty much. That's why the black man, black woman, they're the first one sitting in front of basketball wives or whatever kind of stupidities on TV. Getting their minds blown off of 666, Illuminati, or, listening to hip-hop. All these things our people do, or our people only want to go and listen to people debating, going back and forth as long as it's some sort of debate or some fight, some Maury Povich-style fight or joust. And we walk away and we get nothing from it. There's no solution to how our people are going to move forward collectively. See, that's not the talk that we want to do. We don't talk like how the people back in the days of Marcus Garvey talked, when they was coming together. We don't talk like how the old Nation of Islam talked when they was coming together in a movement. See, that took serious concentration and focus. And we don't have that in this society. We don't have that in this present-day society. We don't have it. As black people, we lost that. Everything is a game. Everything is a joke. Everything is not to be taken seriously. You understand? Even the so-called conscious community and Negroes getting together, gathering and listening to all these so-called speakers talk about the same thing over and over again. We only do it, and we only key in and go to those type of things to be entertained, not to do anything seriously after that, just to be entertained. Right? That's a sign of a people who have a bad concentration and limited focus. They're not looking for the bigger picture. They're not looking for the extended picture. They're only looking for the right now to be entertained. You look for that on your jobs 9 to 5 when you sit there, and you think, oh, as long as I get my paycheck at the end of the week, that's it. There's nothing really more beyond that. So I can go shopping, get me them new kicks, get me that new fitted, get me these new $200 jeans. That's the mentality of the black man and the black woman. Or get my hair done, my nails done, so I could be fly, going to the club. That's it. Anything beyond that, you draw a blank. Anything beyond that is not real to you. That is a sign of a people who have a bad concentration, and lack vision. How do you build a nation with people like that? You can't. You can't. The very people that program these things for you to capture your imagination or gain control of your concentration are thinking into the future. They only use that to distract you. If you come to the black man today and you say to him, well, you know what, brother, we need to start a movement and we need to move forward collectively for the future of our people. The black man ain't with that because he's already part of a movement. He's already part of a limited way of thinking. It's all based around hip-hop. It's all based around slang talk, slick talking, and things like that, smoking weed, listening to hip-hop. Just, that's it. Nothing. You understand? Nothing. Veganism. Right? Really nothing. It's based in nothing. There's no building there. It blows my mind how the so-called people in the conscious community could say they uphold the Egyptians, but I'm like, I don't understand how is it that you're wearing ankhs and claiming that you are connected to those people when those people were society builders. These people had great concentration because in order to build a society, a movement, a nation, or whatever, you have to have great concentration. Your thoughts have to be advanced. But that is not the thinking of black people today. And then they wonder why all these things happen to us today. Why we get kicked in the ass by everybody. Why we at the bottom of the barrel. Because everybody else is focused and concentrating on the future. They're not caught up in the things our people are caught up in. They're not out here in the world to be entertained. They look at you as entertainment. They look at the black man and black woman as the biggest joke on earth. But they themselves won't take their lives like a joke, like you black men and black women. They feel that you, just looking at you and laughing at you and making a joke and letting you be the butt of all jokes on the planet is good enough, right? That's your place in the world, and that's how mankind and everybody on the planet within the human race sees you, as the butt of all jokes, of people who are not to be taken seriously. Because you don't take yourself seriously. You don't stand for nothing. You don't focus on nothing. Your concentration, you have the concentration of a child. Black men, black women have the concentration of a child. Anytime you got black men, like I said, playing video games at 35, 40 years old, still trying to be rappers, still trying to make it in the rap game, still dressing like they 16 and 17 years old. What does that tell you? Still not really being serious about anything, not growing up and wanting to be men, because the ability to realize that, hey, you know what, my thoughts from 10 years ago should not be my thoughts 10 years up into the future. Same thing with you, black woman. See, the only thing that enters and alters the black woman's life 9 times out of 10 is children. And even then, her mind is still childlike. Even then, her mind is still childlike. We accepted a childlike mentality when we started allowing people to do our thinking for us. When we allow people to tell us what religion we're going to be, what our names are going to be. That's been the that was the dynamic or the paradigm between black and white. Since we got here, they started off being our parents. Right here in America, they developed that master-slave dynamic, or that paradigm was really a parent and child paradigm, where they gave you their names, they gave you their religion, they gave you their God, and in exchange you had to do your chores, aka your slave work. They called you boy, black man, they called you girl, black woman, right? And they did what they wanted to you, like parents. They ruled your life. They told you what to do. And it still is in effect today. That mentality is still there today because you're still wearing their names. You still calling yourself Africans. You still calling yourself Christians, Muslims, whatever they called you, they told you that you were. Because the only people that are allowed, truly allowed to dictate who and what you are in this world are your parents, or people who are trying to step in as your parents, because they feel that their concentration and their focus is greater than yours. They feel that they know what's best for you. And you black men and black women, y'all still accept it. You still don't want to step up like men and women. See, when our people started doing that, when movements like Garvey was coming up, when movements like the Nation of Islam, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was coming up, that scared the hell out of people because it represented the black man and black woman growing up in America. No longer being buffoons and coons and boys and girls. That's why the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he stopped that. He didn't allow no dancing and no singing and no entertaining in the nation. He didn't allow that. because he wanted the damn black man and black woman to grow up and stop being the fodder or the folly of other races of people. The black-faced Sam Bowen and Coonan was supposed to be over when he told our people to take that X to their name. It was to sever your ties or begin to sever your ties from these people and their limited mentality or vision of you. And when you start doing that, when that usually takes place, they get angry. Hell, black people get angry. The connection, the true connection that black people have with white people is a parent, is a master and slave connection, but it's also a parent and child connection. It's a parent and child connection. You go to them to allow them to do their thinking for you. You accept their philosophies, metaphysics. You accept their theories, their religion, their beliefs. You accept everything. Basically, everything that comes out of your mouth comes from them. No pure thought comes from you, and that requires concentration. That requires concentration. That requires a person to have advanced or a higher focus. And a lot of our people just don't want to do that. You understand? A lot of our people just don't want to do that. They don't want to think for themselves. They don't. In short, they don't want to grow up. Black men and black women don't want to grow up. They want to stay chasing behind the image of other people, like children. The black woman wants to still, when she perms her hair and puts a sews Malaysian hair in her head. You know what that is? You know what that really is? That's like a little girl trying to imitate her parent or her grown-up or the person she looks up to. She's trying to imitate them. You know how the little girl goes and wants to dress up like their mommy? Or the person who they look at as their role model, the adult. That's what the black woman is doing when she perms her hair, weaves white woman's or Asian woman's hair in her head. She's trying to emulate these people like a child instead of being herself like a real woman. Right? When the black man cuts all his hair off or he goes, and like I said, he's doing it at the behest of these people. Right? Because they don't like your hair. It's like your parents. They don't like how your hair is or looks, so they tell you to cut it down, cut it off, because it offends. And like good boys and girls, people who have a limited mindset, who are not thinking for themselves, you do it and you follow. When you accept their religions and their beliefs and their philosophies and things like that and refuse to think for yourself, that shows that your concentration and your focus is limited. That's why, like I said, they'll always treat you. People, not just the white man, not just people, will never have respect for you. Nobody respects the black man and black woman because of your lack of concentration, your lack of vision to see the bigger picture, to build or carve something out in the world for yourselves. Black people are afraid of that. You'd rather continue to ride on the backs of white people and let them do your thinking for you. You come out, the black woman come out of college, she want to be a psychologist, a sociologist and all that, and just repeat all this stuff, these theories from white people. Studies that they sat and did, you want to sit up and ride their backs and their coattails and repeat it like parrots. You don't want to develop your own way of thinking. You don't want to advance because that takes concentration and focus, which y'all are afraid to enact. You are afraid to use that common sense capability that you possess deep inside. You have the greatest foresight of everybody on the planet, but you refuse to use it. The greatest foresight that the black man and black woman possesses is logic and intelligence, which y'all call common sense, that nobody else really has. Nobody else here really has. Nobody has that like our people, but we refuse to use it. We rather sit up here and swallow the philosophies that don't make sense of other people because our concentration has become bad. It has become submental. It has become animalistic, right? Childlike. All over the place, right? You see what the black man and black woman going through in society. Like I said, they think that the only way, I'm gonna be honest with you, they think, and even the so-called Moorish ones, they think that the only way salvation is gonna come to our people is when some white people cut loose some land and some money to us. That's the only way. They believe that that's the only way that true salvation is going to come to our people is when white people cut loose land and money to us. Is that not the thinking of children who are waiting for their parents to emancipate them, give them, when they turn a certain age or whatever, give them some money and give them some land, let them go on their own? That was the same mentality of the slaves. Still placing people up as your masters. Nation of Islam still place the image of father up as the master. Right? They still want to keep that parent-child mentality going. They don't want you black men and black women to grow up. They don't want you to give back their names or their religions or their beliefs and start over again and start moving forward. They don't want that. Hell, you don't want that. You don't want it. You should want it badder than I don't know what. You should want it badder than life. That should be a zest and zeal. For when, like I said, when I seen the black women starting to wear their hair natural, the brothers some of them starting to wake up and come out of religion and spirituality and metaphysics, all that madness and moral science and Pan-Africanism and all that nonsense. When I start seeing all people come out of that, that made me feel good, because that means we have a jump start to move forward. Because you have to dump out all of your old baggage in order to move ahead. If you're traveling, right, and let's say you're in the desert or whatever, and you have your backpack is full of things, you're going to travel slow. But as soon as you start to dump out your backpack full of the old things, you're going to move and travel light. You're going to move faster. You're going to develop stronger. Your thoughts will become key. See, black people don't want to do that. Black folks don't want to do that because they're afraid. They're afraid to think for themselves. If a people are afraid to think for themselves on their own, stripping away everything, because you're going to get maximum capability, you're going to get maximum use of your brain and your brain's functions and power. When you dump out all the old ways of thinking, you will get maximum strength on your brain's reception and functions and things like that, and the ability to turn over thoughts. But you can't tell that to the majority of our people, because they still have a childlike mentality. So a lot of this is over their heads. A lot of the speech is over their head, because they're just as lost in the world as ever. That all they know is, I'm gonna go, and I don't know about all that. I'm gonna get my perm. I'm going to that's nice, whatever he said, but I'm gonna get my perm, right? When he tell me I want to look like somebody, I'm gonna get my perm. I'm gonna go get my soul food or whatever the hell y'all doing. Or I'm gonna go watch Basketball Wives, and I'm going to church to get prayed up. Regimented way of thinking, circular way of thinking. This circular or regimented way of thinking denotes a people who have bad concentration and limited focus, because they do the same things in a circle over and over and over again. Can they think outside their box? If you introduce something new to black people within that circle to break it open, they won't know how to take that, which is why they reject it. It's like when you introduce something new to a child will reject it at first, because the person who's introducing it, they don't see as someone who is on their level. They still, like I said, black people see each other as children. They see each other as children. We don't see each other as adults. We see each other as children. You see the white man as an adult. That's why you run to him for validation on certain ways of thinking. You run to him for validation on certain ideas, right? You run to him for validation. Like I said, instead of you black men and black women going to school, taking up the sciences and whatnot, and learning your own biology, taking up things and understanding human biology, then you can move on to your biology, which is different from the human biology. Once you start to do things like that, then you're starting to think on your own in advance. These people are dictating what goes on in the world because they have an adult mentality. Their concentration is focused on being leaders of the world. Yours is not. Your concentration is on being followers, like children. Right? Black people are okay with being children. They're okay with being with bad concentration or limited focus. They're okay with a regimented form of simple-minded things to follow. We've been doing this for the last 200 years, and it just hasn't stopped. You had a few people who had a break in the circle, to try to expand our concentration and our focus. But you always had these Negroes come with the religion. They always come with the philosophy. The so-called educated ones come with the philosophy or the theories of the white man or somebody else, and they introduce that and put you back under that childlike mentality again, where you no longer thinking for yourself, where you're not saying, well, why we got to do this? Why I'm thinking this way, or I'm thinking that way. I'm thinking maybe we could get together and do this, that, and the third. You don't get our people doing that. You don't get our people pioneering new ways of thinking. You don't see our people in mass abundance doing that. They just want to follow the old guard like children, because children who live in the house of their parents are safe. Children who live under the roof of their parents are safe. And that's the same way you black men and black women have your mentality set, because as long as you have you still have your old slave names, you still have your old slave religions, you still have your old philosophies or whatever you used to follow, you feel like you're safe. These things have already been thought out for you. You've been living this way. Like this is the favorite thing of the black man and black women to say, well, my parents lived like this, my grandparents lived like this, so I'm going to continue to live like this because it worked for me. Right? Really? It doesn't work for you because there is no you. You are just following what was laid out for you by people who don't look like you. And then you wonder why you don't achieve anything in the world. You wonder why you're not at the forefront of society, being the pioneers of new thinking, just like you have the Japanese, the white man, all these other, the East Indians, all these people at the forefront, bringing in new things and letting themselves be the beacons of new light and change that coming in. And where's the black man and black woman at? Where are we at? We're nowhere. We're nowhere. We are nowhere because we don't want to concentrate. We don't want to focus. We don't want to move forward. We want to stay children. We don't want to grow up in the new millennium, the 21st century. I'm going to take a call. 510 on air. 510? Hello? 510. 510. All right. I can hear that 510. Maybe you pressed 1 by mistake. That was Brother Reginald. I'm pretty sure you pressed 1 by mistake. But hang up and call back if you had a question or something you wanted to add on, because this is serious in our evolution, because we're gonna have to grow up. Nobody's gonna continue to take care of us. There's gonna come a time you got grown black people, right, in their 20s and their 30s and whatnot, who have been regimented to sit on a job for the next 25 to 30 years or whatever they think, and they say, oh well, you know, when I get 65, I can retire. Or when I'm another 20 years, I get to retire, and I get my pension and this, that, and the third. Really? Really? Do we know if this system will be the same in 20 years? But you got black people waiting around because their parents, the adults, the white folks, the ones who laid out this system, told you that in 20 years you'll get a pension. Right? In 20 years you'll get your pension and things like that, and you know. And blacks go, They don't think the cost of living is going to go up. They think their pension or whatever they think, you know, they're going to have is going to be enough, or if this system will even be around. They don't think like that, see, because they still have the minds of children. They're looking to be taken care of like children. They concentrate on limited things like children, things that only serve to entertain you, right? They only concentrate on things that serve to entertain you. Like I said, they put these things out here, and the black man and black woman snap them up. That's why you're not taken seriously. They put the rappers and all these other entertainers out here to entertain you, right? Put out stupid movies, right, with black people acting simple-minded and silly, just to entertain you and to let you know what they think about you, that you're to be taken as a joke. You're not to be taken seriously as a people, right? This is what they think of you. This is what the world thinks of you. You're not to be taken seriously. Even when black people see scientists or, brain surgeons or people who had to really use their concentration and use their brains to advance to these positions, black people are even surprised. They're surprised because, that's out of the norm. What a black man doing sitting up here going to put energy into being a doctor or a lawyer or a scientist or botanist or a chemist? What a black man or black woman going to do young like that, going to put energy into doing that? Learning the technical things. Not many of our people are going to do that. Not many of our people are going to do that. You understand? Just a bunch of samboing and cooning and can't wait to get out of school and get a job for the white man. Right? Or sit on some welfare system. Right? Waiting for people to take care of you like children. Or standing up in some strip club or standing around 40 years old with your pants still hanging off your ass. Like children. That's the people who have a bad focus. And when you try to extend their way of thinking, right? Even you so-called black men who trying to make it in the world and you got a little bit of money, you really no different, because even your focus is childlike. What do you black men want to do? You want to get motorcycles like children. You want to get flashy cars. What y'all say? Hey, I want to get some big boy toys. Big boy toys. Right? Big boy toys. That's how you see yourself, as a big boy, playing with big toys. Not serious men and women. Not people that can go in the world and pioneer or build businesses or enterprises or go into technical fields and whatnot and come together as a collective community of people. No, that's not how you see yourselves. You see yourselves as people not to be taken seriously. And when somebody's talking seriously, like the intellectual ഄᴏιλᴄᴜᴜ, you're like, damn, brother, that's kind of, you serious. That brother too serious. Shit, y'all should be serious like this too. It's fun to be serious. It's fun. What's not fun is to be simple-minded. To sit around and watch basketball wives and smoke weed all day and stand around your pants off your ass and get drunk. That's fun to you? Being looked at as a damn buffoon? Seeing yourself as a buffoon? Because how people see you is really how you see yourself. You see yourself as a clown, not to be taken seriously, because if you didn't, you would do something more. Your concentration and your focus would become greater. You would have greater and loftier ambitions. And I'm not just talking about making money just so you could turn around and give it back to the white man or somebody, whoever, for a car, for a house, for some gold chains, for some damn rims, or whatever you do, whatever stupidity y'all do, for drugs or whatever the hell y'all doing. No. Educating your children, building schools, building independent enterprises. That's when your mind should be at its best. That's when you should be focused. And that's real nation building. That's real future building for our people. Stop being a burden on these people and looking for the white man to give you a job or take care of you on welfare, or when you black women lay up and have babies because you're not focusing, concentrating on the man you with. Your focus is limited, so you lay up with everybody and any Tom, Dick, and Raheem and let him put a baby up in you, and you got 2 and 3 babies. Next thing you know, you turn around, you like, oh, I don't know what to do. That's because your concentration was bad and your focus was limited. That's what happens when you breed those kind of people. I'm going to take a call. 212, 300, 900, you on air? 9,000, you on air?
How you doing, sir?
How you doing?
I'm great. I just got a question for you, too. One question, nigga. It's serious, very serious right now. And you say black people can't think like that. But I'm going to just, because I'm a reflection. But, who do you work for, sir? Like, who do you speak for?
I don't work for nobody.
Who are you? Like, what organization is telling you to say these things about our people?
There's no organization. I represent the state of Mentel.
So it's just you. It's just you speaking by yourself. Well,
no.
That's what I'm saying. Who are you work like? Who are giving you these orders to say these things? Because I'm hearing you just a spokesperson. None of this is personal against you, but I'm like, you saying we lack focus. Maybe your focus is limited. What you saying? We just so busy being kids. How about we in tune with both sides of our brain? We could be logical and illogical like a child, and we learn how to balance those differences out. We know when it's time to play. We know when it's time to work. We know when it's time to build. Our black people haven't been building because of God having showed them that it's been that serious, but now it's serious because we're going to start building it faster than what you ever seen before. So don't, I told you, man. You keep bashing and disrespecting our ancestry, brother. This shit is sacred, man.
Oh, brother, stop it.
No, you confusing yourself. You can't even tell me who you speak for. I tell you, you over here saying it.
So I just told you who I speak for. I told you I speak for the state of Mentel.
You telling the world, well, hold on, because the state of Mentel is saying there is no God and you're and this and that, because the person I work for is the one that the world knows is God. He put me down here to put you in place. You say you a solar being. I control fire. I could put you out whenever the fuck I want.
Goodbye, brother. You talking out of your head now. Get off my phone. You sound like Mike Rich talking some madness. I don't want to hear madness and stupidity. You know what? You black men always come up here and you want to get proud. And I told you, you come up here and you want to get proud for nothing. You black men ain't doing nothing. You sound like you high and you drunk, all right, or whatever you doing. I don't want to hear none of your false goddamn bravado, black man. You always got false bravado. You always want to sit up here and talk about what y'all doing. You niggas ain't doing nothing, man. Nothing. Don't try to come up here and get proud. You understand? You don't want to hear the truth. The black man hate the truth. Y'all ain't doing nothing but sitting around smoking weed and getting high, talking about a bunch of nonsense like what you just heard. Don't call me with foolishness. I stand up for the state of Mentel. I'm here raising the minds of my people, trying to get them away from this ignorance like what you're talking. That's why I talk like this. Talking about, oh, what, you putting black people down. Y'all put yourself down. Don't come up here trying to get proud. You understand? Don't come here trying to get proud. You got nothing to be proud of. You black men sit on your asses in the hood smoking weed or holy water like you talking about embalming fluid and just, doing nothing. Now all of a sudden you want to talk about, oh, I represent. You don't represent a damn thing but stupidity, black man. Go get proud with the white man. Like I said, our people. Like I said, that's why I said the separation within the black race is necessary. You see it every day. You see it every day that the separation is necessary. Because the black man, he want to get proud. He don't want to hear the truth. But see, the people who can say, you know what, we messed up in the world, brother. You right, we messed up. What can we do to make ourselves greater? What can we do to stand up in this day and time? See, the black man don't want to do that. He want to come up here and get proud. You want to stand up here because you embarrassed, because you talking about, oh, the world is hearing what's being said. You think the world don't already know y'all got a childlike mentality? That y'all not to be taken seriously? You think the world don't already know that? What are you hiding? What am I saying? Something that's sacred or something that the world ain't supposed to know? The world look at you and put you on YouTube every day. You on all kinds of mediums and things like that. You can see the black man acting like a jackass. Not being taken seriously in the world. Now you want to come up here and get proud. Go do it on somebody else. Don't come on my broadcast with that madness because you're going to get cut off. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. No, I'm not taking your call no more, man. I'm not taking your call. I already had ignorance over here, white ignorance. I don't need no black ignorance over here. I told you yesterday, I said I do not hate anybody. What I despise is ignorant talk, stupidity. I'm not taking any stupid calls. I don't have to. You don't like what I'm saying? Don't listen to me. Don't call my show. I'm not going to listen to your stupidity. I'm not going to listen to your childlike rants about what you doing, what the black man is doing. The black man ain't doing a damn thing out here. Face that. See, because as soon as we can face that, then we can start really getting at the heart of why. See, that's when we get at the heart of why. Not, oh, yeah, the black man just doing, you don't know what we doing out here. We doing this. You ain't doing nothing. Nothing. Your works amount to nothing. And like I said, don't get proud. Our focus has to be on something greater. Hell, it takes focus for me to get up here. And like I said, for the people, because like obviously, again, and that proves what I said about the concentration of the black man, the focus of the black man. He, like I said, that guy was just on that brother. He couldn't even speak a clear sentence. Really? You couldn't even speak a clear sentence. Your mind is not even right, black man. Your mind is shot out on weed and embalming fluid, whatever the hell you smoking and drinking. You intoxicated. You inebriated. You're not serious. But then you want to come up here and try to, battle with me. You want to come up here and try to tell me what the black man is doing. Your focus and your concentration is bad. We're trying to breed a new black man, a new black woman whose focus is stronger. Whose focus is stronger. Whose focus is key. Who we not sitting around here focusing on the past or focusing on, these old things of the past or standing up for stupidity. Now, we're not standing up for stupidity in this day and time. See, the black man wants us to come in here and stand up for stupidity. He want to tell us what we can and can't talk about. Go to hell, black man. Go to hell. You don't like what's being said? Hey, nobody really give a damn about what you think in the world anyway. You understand that? What you think in the world, black man, don't count. So don't try to make it count over here. We're talking about the bright race, the intelligent ones of our people who are going to develop a key focus, a key concentration, right? A key focus and a key concentration. See, because the whole point of being able to move forward, the point of being able to move forward is not to procrastinate, is not to listen to people who are timely people, with timely ideas, limited ideas, right? That's the key. To not listen to people like that. To not listen to a bunch of stupidity and madness coming out of the black man's mouth now, or any man's mouth. To actually develop and focus and be able to go past that. That's why even in my daily ritual and routine, which is a linear ritual, I don't follow a circular ritual. I follow a linear ritual of constant motion and moving forward. In other words, if it's not benefiting my mind via intelligence, I don't want to hear anybody's information. If it's not benefiting my mind via intelligence, then I don't want to hear it. I'm not having conversations, like I said, I'm not having conversations and taking in stupidity anymore. I don't owe you to have to listen to your madness. You understand? That's the way the black man should be thinking. That's the way the black woman should be thinking. See, because if the black woman thought like that, you wouldn't have to worry about being laid up with 2 and 3 babies, right? By some submental, like what you just heard called here. Because a lot of you black men, y'all got babies by people like that. People who can't focus and limit. Then you wonder why your children are born with autism, right? You wonder why your babies are born with autism now. Some black man sitting around smoking weed or holy water, whatever the hell because his concentration and focus is on it, or playing the damn PlayStation. You understand? Then we wonder why we're not producing children who are becoming the next scientists, the next doctors, the next lawyers and things like that. That's what I want to see. More children being better. I want the future generation to be better. So if I got to get out here and bang on them and raise a nation of people and come together and raise a group of thinkers and intelligent people to come out from out the woodwork, because this is for our babies, this is for our future ascension. Nobody's going to do this for us. If I got to be loud on our people and sit up here and take the slings and arrows from idiots, then at least make it about something, because I'm trying to raise something here. Because there's always going to be some fool, black, white, blue, purple, will always try to stand you and find something wrong in what you're doing, which is trying to raise the minds of your people. They'll always find a problem with that, because their minds can't raise beyond their limited circle. So they want to pull you down in that limited form of concentration, their limited form of concentration and focus. They mad at you because they can't think beyond. They just too weak mentally to stop getting high, to stop getting drunk, to stop being a damn zero in the hood. So they want to get mad at you because you're not. Even you, like I said, even you black men is going to school. A lot of you black men, your concentration and focus is limited. You black women, your concentration and focus is limited. Get out, go to work, get a job, go to school, go get my pension, and this, that, and the third. What are you pioneering for the future? Are you going to be coming up with the next scientific equations? The next, doing the next biological and genetic structuring and engineering? Probably not. No, it's more than probably not. See, but if these things excite us, even if you feel it's too late for you, it shouldn't be too late for your children. You understand? It shouldn't be too late for your children. We should be able to be focused on what's going to happen next with them. You know, because we have these children and we're responsible for their evolution. And if there is lacking, if they are lacking in their mental buildup, if they are lacking in their mental evolution, then we're responsible for that. You're going to be judged for that. That's part of Judgment Day as well, because a judgment is coming. I said the word judgment is short for judgmental. And if we as a race of people are going to be judged mentally on what we are doing to focus, can we function into the future? And based on that judgment, you black men who's smoking weed and smoking bongs and standing around being zeros and trying to stand in the way of evolution, mental evolution, because you're not evolving, you black men are going to be judged. And based on that, you're going to be destroyed. You're going to be destroyed because you niggas are going to stand up for stupidity, foolishness. Go sit down somewhere. Go sit down. You black women, like I said, y'all serve no purpose. You serve no purpose, not even to yourselves. You're a waste of skin, organs, flesh, right? Brain matter that's meant to concentrate like a machine, focus like a machine, a living machine. And what happens if the machine isn't working? You got to jump the machine. That's how the almond beings are looking at our people. Whole lot of machines need to be jumped. Whole lot of stupidity needs to go out the window. You know? How can blacks evolve now? That's a 2-hour conversation. The state of mental. The state of mental is the first intelligence movement set up for our people who are moving out of religion, who are moving out. Because people always say, how? No, how is when we separating a separation in the race. The intelligent ones of our people from the ignorant. That's how you start. And then you form a state of mental like what we did. The state of mental is supposed to bring about the intelligent ones of our people who we refer to as the bright race, not the black race. See, the black race, the ignorant ones, are your educated Negroes, your so-called educated ones, your conscious ones, your weed-smoking blunt on the corner ones, your black woman with your black woman who ain't got a clue, ain't trying to get a clue. That's your ignorant ones. That's what defines the black race, the 2/3 today. A separation from that is how we start the evolution, because it's not going to be all of our people. They're not going to focus on anything. They're gone mentally. There's nothing to talk about. Anytime they calling in here talking a bunch of stupidity and madness, they're gone already. There's nothing to talk about with them. There has to be a separation in the race. Right? That's how that should go. That's how that happens. That's how when you start hearing more brothers talking like me, and when you're supposed to be, you know what, this is the state of mental, this is an intelligence movement, go to the ⴂ.info. Y'all should be saying, how can we come into the state of mental and breed that next generation? That's what I want to hear. There's no how. There's a how. The how is being drawn out by way of a new movement, by way of a new community, an intelligence community, separate from the black race. That's how. If you want the real answer, if you want the BS answer, then keep going and listening to the conscious community, keep listening to religion, keep getting your minds blown, because it ain't about getting your minds blown. It's not about that. It's about living this as an intelligent life. Living this as a way of life. Advancing in an intelligent way of life. If we're not doing that, then all this talk is useless, because we live in the life of mentellect. Mentellect. Go to the ⴂ.info. The ⴂ.info. As mentalists, we have the answers to the evolution of our people. Real answers. The only answer to the evolution of our people is complete separation within the black race, the intelligent from the ignorant. And I'm not talking about you so-called educated Negroes who still ain't got a clue. I'm not, if you got educated, if you're not trying to educate yourself technically and trying to come about in this evolution, then you know what? And you're not about the evolution of our people, then listen, man, you go ahead with the ignorant blacks. You keep going and serving the beast and working for these people and on your knees and keep thinking you're going to get a 20-year pension is down the road for you, black man. You keep on believing that, black woman, while you're getting your fake hair weaved in your head or at the club somewhere waiting for your next baby daddy to show up. See, these are the kind of people we need to get away from because it lessens our concentration. It lessens our focus, and it will damn sure lessen the focus of our children to come because we got our children around their children. You understand that? They the ones that's luring your daughters to go to a party and kiss girls or lay up with some boy at 12 years old. Next thing you know, she pregnant and whatnot. Like I said, these people are demons. They're demented. These are the people who have the limited focus, limited mental capability. They don't see the bigger picture. So we don't need to be around them. This is real. We need a separation within the damn black race ASAP. Yes, since yesterday. And I'm leading the charge in that. As the state of mental, as brothers and sisters who coming together, making the separation within the black race. Because like I said, the black race, they no different than anybody else now. There's nothing special within the black race anymore. They're degenerating just as fast as everybody else on this damn planet. So we said the answer is separation. I want you to think on that. I want to thank the brother William for, the accolades he gave me about trying to raise the mentality of my people. Yeah, I am, and the state of mental. And a lot of people who've come along in the state of mental, who've joined the state of mental, who realize that this is the only thing that's going to evolve the way of thinking of our people. The ones who waking up, the ones who put their egos to the side and said, you know what, we find our future, or we're going to find our future in this movement. Because, it's easy for black people to sit up here and complain and say, oh, well, what do you advocate, brother? What are you talking about, brother, since you saying we wrong and what we doing and we ain't doing the right thing? What do you advocate? I said the state of mental all day. I had to put myself in that position, or Amen put me in this position to raise my people up. Like when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he didn't just get up and say, oh, black man is mentally dead. He didn't this, that, and the third. And he gave black people something to replace that ignorance. He gave black people something to build them up. Though it was Islam, which was for our people at the time, and though it's not anymore, he gave our people something. I'm offering our people something in the state of mental, because this is a chance where we have to build our own movement, independent of the white man or the East Indian or the Arab or these people who we were influenced by their philosophies and their way of thinking. I'm offering our people a chance to grow up, where we ain't got to be Africans in the world anymore or wear their names anymore or anything. I'm offering something new to our people. How many of our people are ready to stand up and be men and women, to put their egos aside and stop saying, oh, we can't follow people and whatnot, follow little groups? Nah, brother, sister, we can't be like that no more. But if for our people who do want to be like that, who want to have that mentality like, oh, they feel like, oh, I can't walk with Nuben, I can't follow Nuben and what he doing. We only strong as a collective coming together. You understand? This is for the greater good. I don't do it for me. I do it for the us. I don't do it for the me. See, the people that see the me and they don't see the bigger picture, these are the people with the limited mindsets. These are the people who have a problem concentrating on something greater. Because the whole ability in this day and time to even be able to bring together something that's new, bring together something that's evolutionary, not revolutionary, but evolutionary in the forward motion of the black man and black woman, is great within itself. It's showing that Amen has extended himself to us in this day and time. And a lot of our people will turn away because you still want to follow the old ways. You can't give up your old ways, but what have your old ways done for us? Because if those of our people could hear this message say, well, brother, that's a great thing you saying, brother, that's a great thing, then you should be saying the same thing. You should be with the state saying the same thing. That means that you're supposed to be a soldier. That means you sisters are supposed to be soldiers. That means that y'all of the elect, if you can hear the message. Take in mind that many black people can't even hear this. They can listen. I mean, they could hear it, but they can't even listen. It's not going in. That means it's not for them. So if you're chosen to hear this message of mentellect, which is the evolution of our people, the mental evolution of our people, those who are mentally chosen to receive this message, right, of selectual enlightenment, soul-lectual. Yeah, it was a word that came through us in the state of mental, just like the white man comes up with words. We come up with words too because it means something, not just making up words just because they sound good. It means something. We have to start thinking for ourselves and coming up with things ourselves, opening ourselves up to receive, to come up with things that make sense, not just saying things off the top of our head just because it sounds good, but it has to make sense too logically, right, in the evolution of our people. So I talk about the selectual enlightenment of our people, which is what I'm going to be talking about on the 31st here in Brooklyn, New York, the selectual enlightenment. We are not spiritual people. We're supposed to be selectual people. Selectual, SOULECTUAL, selectual, not spiritual. Spiritual is what got us in what we've been doing. Spiritual is what keeps us being separate from one another in this individualistic mindset. Whereas all the people who control the spiritual realm, your humans who control the spiritual realm, they're together and they're controlling us. But we don't want to break the chain because we want to be individuals. We want to be like, I can't come together with this and I can't join this and that because you don't think much of us. And if you don't think much of us, that means you don't think much of yourself. And that means you still carry a childlike mentality, which a.k.a. is a slave mentality. Because the state of mental, our people are supposed to be running and joining this like hotcakes. What you mean it's something that's going to get us enlighten us mentally and whatnot, and get us moving forward? Then our people should be on board for this. We should have been ran the hell up out of Christianity, ran the hell up out of Islam, ran the hell up out of Israelitism or Judaism, ran the hell up out of metaphysics, out of Pan-Africanism, a bunch of stuff that ain't been doing a damn thing for our people, but keeping us in a childlike mentality of repeating the same things over and over again like a bunch of idiots. Talking about culture. Culture breeds cults. That's what breeds cults. Culture. No, we need to move forward as an intelligent group of people, breeding nations, breeding movements, breeding nations, breeding new governments in the name of Amen, as we once built in the past. If you people want to sit up here and put the ankhs on and talk all this madness and this nonsense about how you descended from the ancient Egyptians, no, you're not, because those people built governments. Those were people who had great focus. They didn't have limited vision like you black people today. So stop putting on their ankhs and trying to beat them by taking on their names as nicknames and then want to sit up here and talk about, oh, you descended from the people. You are not descended from those people. You are far removed from those people. Because those people were about evolution. You're about degeneration. Separate means degeneration. Right? Separate means degeneration. It is nation time. It is state time. It is new society time amongst the black man and black woman. And if our people are not soldiering up to come into this new society, this new state, this new movement that's separate from them old millennium, 20th century movements, then you know what, black man? You useless to us, man. You useless. You useless to yourself. How are you not going to stand up for the evolution of your people? Even if it starts out as a little movement like the state of mental. Hell, that's how the state of Israel became Israel. They started out as the Zionist movement, the little state of Israel. They had ideas, and they came together, and now look at what they got. That's the state of Israel, because they was willing to come together. They saw the bigger picture. But for you black men and black women saying, oh, I can't see coming together with little groups like this, that, and the third, and blah, 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 and whatnot, that's because your concentration is limited. Your concentration is bad. Your focus is limited. If you saw the bigger picture, if you actually listen instead of hearing me, you can see the power in this. It would cause you to want to alter your life to be part of the evolution, the elect. They're coming together, but being that you can't, all kind of things like, oh, I can't follow. I hear that with the black man all the time. You black men following somebody. You still following your white fathers. You still following your white fathers. And you black women who could talk that madness, you still following your white mothers. You still doing what they doing. Because if you're not doing anything opposite that, if you're not doing anything for the evolution of your people, when you putting in work and you raising up our people and you making sure our people are doing this, that, and the third for their evolution, like what they doing for their people, then you serving them. You ain't serving us. Standing here and talking about, oh yeah, brother, peace to the movement. I'm down for the movement, but you ain't doing nothing. That don't add up to nothing. Just a bunch of talk. And I guess every good team needed cheerleaders. But I'm more interested in people who are doing. I'm more interested in people who are doing. I'm not interested in cheerleaders. That's nice. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to get accolades in the world. It's beautiful for people to like you and like your work and see what it is you're trying to do. But it should also make you black men ashamed. Because if ʟɪᴍɪᴛᴇᴅ could stand up, because just like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad stood up, just like Dr. Melikazi York stood up, just like Garvey stood up. You understand? You black men supposed to be standing up too. Together, collectively, coming together for our evolution. Not to fight against no white people or anybody else. We're not thinking about them. We're talking about the evolution of our people, our babies. If you're not standing up for that and coming together collectively, then you serve the beast, man. You serve him. Ain't no more in-betweens. There ain't no in-betweens. Either you serve Amen or you serve the humans. Either you serve Amen or you serve the humans. Amen is supposed to represent us. This is where the separation, the break takes place. But obviously, you black men still want to serve the human race. You still want to be children under the human race. You still want to be at the bottom of the barrel because you're comfortable there. You understand? You still want to be at the bottom of the barrel. You don't want no greater for yourselves or for your children or your future progeny. It's because, like I said, it takes great concentration. It takes great concentration. It takes discipline. It takes advanced focus, and it takes most definitely work. And you black men and black women, y'all run away from work because you want somebody else to do the work. You much as you talk about the white man, you really want him to do the work. You want him to do the work. You want him to build your houses for you. You want him to feed you. You want him to do all of your thinking for you. You understand? And that's why he disrespects you the way he does, because he's looking at you like, damn, he got to set up a society and whatnot, though he used a lot of you Negroes in keeping this thing in control or utilize you Negroes. But, like, what are you doing? What are you doing for the evolution of yourselves? That takes focus and concentration. Y'all obviously don't want to stand up like men and women, the majority of our people. You understand? This is our nation in this day and time. The state of Mentel is supposed to be our nation. Those people who were born 1970 and down. I'm not saying the older people is shut out, but this is supposed to be our new nation in this day and time. An intelligence movement. It's supposed to be our new nation. Our new nation of Islam without the Islam. Our new Garvey movement. Our new Ansar Allah or Nuwapian community in the 21st century. That's what the state of Mentel is supposed to be. For our people starting over. Without the foundation of any religion or any philosophy from somebody else, but coming through us in this day and time in the name of Amen. Because we are the Amen race. How could you not stand up for that? How could you not be a part of that or not desire to be a part of that? What else is there for our people here? See, because that's the illusion with the damn black man. You think it's something else here. You think you got something else out here. That's the problem. The black woman, too. She got the club. She got her job. You understand? She got the church. She got a Louis Vuitton bag. All the things that's going to be taken away from you soon, like children. The black man got his Dre Beats. He got his do-rag. He got some hoes. He got some clothes. He got his whip. He got a little house. All the things are going to be taken away from you soon. Right? Well, you'll have nothing, because just like children, when children hear an order, because Amen is giving our people an order in this day and time to wake up and pay attention, to focus, to concentrate on this message. Because if you are elected, chosen enough to even sit here and listen to this, when the majority of black people just ain't going to get this, because I don't want the conscious community or any of those Negroes there who are caught up in that madness listening to me. Don't listen to me. It's not for you looking to get your minds blown. Amen is calling our people, the Omni race, our future children, our ascendants, are calling us to pay attention now so that we can be aligned with our ascendants to move into the future. Not some spooked out God or somebody to think I'm talking about some Amen from Egypt. No, I'm talking about our ascendants, our children, our future progeny, our great-great-grandchildren. They are becoming more focused in the future, because if we don't become focused in the future, then they're not going to become focused. So that's another generation down the drain, because you black men want to be stubborn and you black women want to be stubborn, because you don't want to stand up like men and women, because it's not popular. Because you want to do you, whatever doing you is. And you don't even know that whole mentality was started by these people. Yet they don't follow it. Then you wonder why they in power. It's like you black men, y'all don't get it. You black women, y'all don't get it. These people promote individuality to you, but yet they together kicking your ass. How does that work? You don't get the picture? Why they would promote individuality, why they would set up here and make it seem like, oh, be an individual in the world, but they not doing it. They promoting togetherness, collective. I'm being collective. That's how they could kick your ass and keep kicking your ass. You understand that? But y'all still don't get it. It still don't go in your head. You black men and black women got heads like cement. What they say about hard-headed people, hard heads make soft asses. You understand that? We get it in this day and time within the state of mentality. We're not trying to pull teeth. We're not trying to guilt our people into coming and following the state of mentality, being a part of that. You should be running to break down the door, be like, where do I sign up? Where could we build a state of mentorium, Amen mentorium? Where could we start raising up our people in the name of Amen again? That's what you should be doing. You understand? Because that's all we got. That's all we really got. You ain't got nothing else here in this society. See, your bad concentration. Because you Negroes require nothing in society. You really require nothing. Like I said, you don't require much. Just a few little handouts and creature comforts. These are the things you focus on. These are the things you focus on. These are the things that make you more simple-minded. Right? While people throw crumbs off the table, you focus on the crumbs. You happy with the crumbs like roaches. You understand? You happy with the crumbs. Yet these people live palatially, live large. They control the world, control you, and they're going to stay in control of you because you have bad concentration and you lack focus to see the bigger picture, that it's beyond money, that it's beyond race, that it's beyond any of these things. It's beyond that. We as an omni people are supposed to step up and claim our place in the world. The hell with the human race. We're supposed to step up as an omni race. This is our destiny to claim our future in the world. And it ain't going to be the whole black race, because the majority of the black race, y'all just ain't going to get it. That's why I talked about a chosen few. It was never the masses that made anything happen. It was never the masses. It was only the chosen few. The chosen few can harness the most power, the most mental power, the most concentrative power, the most focus, the ability to focus greater. It'll always be the chosen few, not the group. Because like I said, our people, we should be focused. We should be running toward anything that's going to make our brains work. You should be running toward anything that's going to get our people thinking. If you consider yourself to be a thinking man or a thinking woman, then you should be run toward think tanks of our people collectively coming together in new intelligence, not in that old stuff, not in Pan-Africanism, not in Egyptology, not in Islam, not in Christianity. All that got to go in the minds of our people. All that has to go in order for us to move forward. You understand that? All that has to go in order for our concentration to become stronger, in order for our focus to become greater. All that madness has to go, and the collectiveness has to come together as one new mind, one new body, and one new soul in the name of Amen. Because we raised kingdoms in the name of Amen. We raised societies in the name of Amen. What are we raising now? Nothing but hell, stupidity. That's all we raise in this day and time. We're doing nothing. Our concentration is off. The black man thinks because he sit in school and he study and he repeat a bunch of things the white man say and his philosophies and his information, he thinks that he's going to be ahead of the world because he could drive a expensive Mercedes Benz and he could drive a big car, he could live in a big house and he have all these women. He think he got the world. He got nothing. You black men with all this money, Oprah Winfrey, y'all ain't got nothing, man. Y'all nothing in the world. Y'all nothing in the upper echelon. They only mean something to you Negroes who about consumption because that's the focus of the black man and black woman. You think power is the ability to consume. That's where you find power at, the ability to consume. Because I guarantee you, if I said ʟɪᴑɪᴛᴇᴅ is driving a Rolls Royce, a Mercedes Benz, come let me show you how to get a Rolls Royce and a Mercedes Benz. Not saying there's nothing wrong with having nice cars and nice homes. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. But if I said, ʟɪᴑɪᴛᴇᴅ is going to show you how to get a Mercedes Benz and a Rolls Royce and all that, if you come and join the state of mental, I bet you class would be filled up tomorrow. Our classes, like I said, we couldn't keep Negroes out because that's your mentality. That's your mentality. Which gimme, like children with toys, big boy toys, big pretty cars, fitted baseball caps, in every flavor, 50 pair of sneakers, and all that. Like I said, you think that's the power to consume. You black women, 10 types of Louis Vuitton bags, Coach bags, Gucci, Prada bags. Like I said, if I say, yeah, y'all sisters come and get these Prada bags and Gucci bags, y'all run like roaches. Something wrong with you. If you put these things as priority over the evolution, the mental evolution of our people, that's a people with bad concentration who won't last. People with focus, to get you to focus on stupidity and madness. See, that's where our people are at today. We'll be right back. Take another break. We got 28 minutes left in the broadcast. Where's our movement today? Where's our movement of intelligent people? Where are our people moving into the future? You see the white man moving into the future. You see the Asians. You see the East Indians. Where's our intelligent movement of the future? It ain't going to be found in religion. Damn sure ain't going to be found in religion. It ain't going to be found in black power or Pan-Africanism. Them Negroes looking for handouts from the white man. They got aggression and problem with the white man. They want to go back and forth with the white man. We don't want to do that in the state of mental. We want to move collectively as a new and intelligent race of people, a bright race. We starting or regenerating ourselves all over again to move forward into the future in the name of Amen, where we left off at, because the Amen that I'm speaking about is us. We are the Amens. We are the Amen race. Amen is us. We are that omni race of people. We are the descendants of those gods who built all of this and put this in existence. We are the descendants of these people, the lost descendants of the Amen race. That's who the black man and black woman is. Y'all are the lost descendants of the Amen race. The ones, the ones where everybody in religion say amen or amen. The Catholic Church say amen at the end of their prayers. That's talking about us, the race, the true race of supreme beings, or as they refer to us as gods, the true creators of the universe. We are those lost children or those lost descendants of the Amen race. That's who we are. I bear witness to that. I wouldn't stand up and do what I'm doing if I didn't know this to be true. I don't believe it. I don't believe anything. I know it to be true. They know it to be true. That's why they hate you, because they know it's the truth. They know that you are the outcast. They know that you are the chosen people, chosen to be separate from everybody else, from your hair on your head to the skin, to your lips, to your features, everything. But to keep the people ignorant, to keep their minds captured by ignorance, what do you have to do? You have to make sure their concentration is bad and their focus is limited. How they do it? By putting out ignorant things. Isn't all the ignorant things mainly focused at our people? It's mainly focused at our people. All the ignorant things, from hip-hop to TV reality shows, right, to stupid music, R&B, stupid R&B, drugs, tattoos, all that's focused at our people. I wonder why. Right? Sambo coon comedians trying to pass themselves off as being funny, Notice even the comedians are stupid now. Dumb. You listen to their jokes, and just every time you listen to a lot of the black comedians today, their jokes just lowers your mentality. Kevin Hart, right? What's the other Negroes? You pretty much all these Negroes out here today, other than Chris Rock, but you don't see him no more. See, Chris Rock and Richard Pryor, those were intelligent comedians that made you laugh and made you think. See, notice they're going away. Dave Chappelle was the last of those kind. You understand? Because they don't want our people thinking. They want a bunch of silly, simple Sambo coon Negroes. Right? They want a bunch of simple-minded coons. Laughing at stupid things, the same simple-minded jokes. Right? The same simple-minded in the club, when you get your girl at the club and you're doing this, all the same simple-minded nigga nonsense. I said it, nigga nonsense. Nothing to make you think, because you could be able to laugh. You should be able to laugh and think, right? Reflect, focus your vision, your concentration into the future, just by jokes, just by a stand-up, a real comedy routine. Notice all the intelligent comedians amongst our people are gone. All right? You don't hear Chris Rock no more. And even after a while, he started to silly it up too much. But at least he left you with things to think about. The rest of these comedians that they like now they're a bunch of Sambos and coons. Children, they got a childlike mentality. They don't say anything too serious that's going to offend nobody. They're not too political. They're not too focused on black people, unless it's some nonsense. Even Cat Williams tried to start thinking a little bit. You don't really hear from him that much no more. He starts trying to think a little bit more. Then you start gradually, all of a sudden, he getting locked up in jail and all of this other stuff. Right? Man, he start talking up white people getting on ships and leaving and going to other planets and leaving black people here. He ain't taking you with them. When he start talking that up, he ain't hear nothing from him no more. Gradually, he start going away. He start mentioning things going on in them Hollywood parties. He start going away. But, our concentration should be greater than that. I just brought it up to show you that anything that makes you think in this society, they're doing away with. Anything that expands your intelligence, anything that makes you think, they're going to do away with. You understand? So it's a miracle in this day and time you got a show like this. You ain't going to get this from the conscious community because them Negroes, they saying the same thing over and over again. Pan-Africanism, Egyptology, Moorish rights, and breakdown of these contracts. Ain't nobody giving our people nothing. Here's the short answer to all that. Nobody giving our people a damn thing. For you Negroes to still sit up here and be like that, that shows you got a childlike mentality still, because you waiting for your white daddies and your white daddy to hand you some land and some money. Like children. Everything, all your movements, these black movements of the last millennium are still based in a childlike paradigm with the white man. They're still based in a limited form of intelligence. Right? And if their concentration was good enough, or their concentration was more focused and not limited, they could see that. All these movements are still bent on casting us in that mindset of children. That's why they called you boy and girl in slavery. Come here, boy. Like they son. That's the mentality they have. And when you don't want to be their sons no more, when you want to grow up and be a man, that's when you a nigga. That's when they hate you. Black bastard, and all these names come out because that's what happened yesterday. When they was calling in all of a sudden because we didn't want to be kids no more. We wanted to start thinking for ourselves. We don't want to share your religions no more. We don't want to sit around here and talk about hip hop like you would like. We don't want to sit around here and talk about smoking weed or a piece of ass or whatever, good hair weaves or light skin versus dark skin or whatever simple-minded nigga nonsense that you want us to focus on. We don't want to be simple-minded. And when you don't want to be simple-minded, that scares people. When you don't want to be simple-minded no more. I tell you, black people, I tell you what, I guarantee you, you black men and black women in college right now who's sitting in college and you taking up all kind of BS, like you just do just to get a piece of paper on the wall, like psychology, sociology, African American studies, or whatever, or dance, or whatever stupid nonsense y'all take up just to get a piece of paper on the wall. I guarantee you, start changing your majors over to technical majors like science, chemistry, things like that, agriculture, all this stuff. Start changing. See how your professors start looking at you. Start changing over your majors, and start seeing how your professors look at you. Right? Even your black professors. Start changing over and, trying to graduate more doctors and more lawyers and more scientists and more chemists and more architects, brothers and sisters, more dentists. Start doing that. Things, that technical skills that take you being focused. See, because that takes years of focus. That's why people don't go for these things. That's why people don't go to school. Here, you have the opportunity to go to school and learn these things, but you would rather get into things that require no real concentration or any real focus. See, when you go to take up medicine, when you go to take up law or dentistry or anything that's dealing with something technical, that takes years of concentration and focus. That proves our people are limited in their focus and concentration because they ain't going to take that up. They too busy listening to Lil Wayne while they're in college. They too busy with their mind in Wayne's world. And that damn madness that they call music, that noise, with that nigga's irritated voice. That computerized, irritated voice that's going through your heads and tearing up your brain cells. They too busy smoked out on weed or holy water, bongs and blunts and tattoos. That's what they doing while they in college. Or chasing a piece of ass. That's it. Nothing else. Right? That's it. Or when the next party gonna be. And be happy to get out, and then they looking for a job. Then they looking for a job when they get out. Right? They looking for a job. They looking for the white man to give them a handout. They looking for something where they getting $40,000 or $50,000 a year, and they can retire after 20. Well, I got news for you, black man and black woman. That ain't gonna happen. Not in this future world. Come. They cutting you loose. They ain't thinking about you. You better start becoming more technical. You better start becoming the next doctors and scientists and lawyers and dentists and all the things that the true nation needs. See, because I notice all these Negroes in the black power movements and all that, none of them pushed education. Hell, if you want to talk about black power so much, why you ain't push education? That's black power right there, educating your people so you ain't got to go to no doctors from other people, other doctors from other races of people. You ain't got to go to lawyers. You ain't got to go to chemists or science, wherever you need agricultural engineers. That's real black power, pushing intelligence. What we refer to it as intelligence, not education, because education is training. You know what I mean? Training you how to think like these people or in a sub-mental way. We're talking about taking up real intelligent technical things in school. That's real power. That's when you start pushing your people in a power upward mode collectively, when you got a nation of people in school becoming doctors and lawyers and all these things that take technical skill, that take real concentration, when you got the men and women doing both, where they forming intelligent connections at these universities and colleges and coming together, getting married again, having families and whatnot, raising them as a lifelong system of intelligence. That's where you start producing a progeny or an evolutionary progeny of children and a race of people. That's how you do that. Not sitting around here screaming black power, when we going to get our handout, when we going to get our land, when we going to get our 40 acres, when we going to get our reparations. Look, ain't nobody giving you a damn thing here. You understand? Nobody giving you nothing so you could turn around and give it right back to white man for fitted Yankee caps and rims and Mercedes-Benz and 20 pair of Jordans or whatever the hell y'all going to buy. Or you black women can buy all the weaves off the rack and shake your ass in the club. You understand? That's what you want money for. That's power to you. Buying out the bar, getting drunk, throwing up all over yourself like a damn fool. Smoking bongs of weed and whatnot with embalming fluid in. That's disgusting. You have become disgusting and degenerate, black man and black woman. No. Only the people who lack concentration and focus, they do these things. They think this is cool. This is promoted to your people as being cool in society. You know? You start your children out early by getting them to watch SpongeBob SquarePants, right? Sesame Street, the Electric Company, all kind of stupidity where they tell me when they're telling your children to go A, B, C like a bunch of retards instead of going A, B, C, A, B, C like a bunch of retards. That's what they want you to see. That's what you are putting them in front of SpongeBob SquarePants, a sponge with a pair of shorts on. This is what you got your children watching. And all kinds of symbolic things, homosexuality, all that's going all into your children's minds. All these messages are being sent to your minds. But that's what happens with the people who don't pay attention. You ain't the black woman, the average black woman ain't paying attention. Oh, it's just entertainment. Why are he making such a big deal out of it? It's just entertainment. It ain't no big deal. Next thing you know, your little son kissing another boy. Or your daughter, she got her arms around a little girl. I kissed the girl and I think I like it. Then you wonder where all that came from. Right? But you ain't paying attention. That's what happens when you got a bunch of people who's slow, who eat a diet that make you slow, or that pork, that beef, ham hocks, and macaroni and cheese and mashed potatoes like you Negroes eat down south, that what you call soul food and yams and all that. Your minds get bad, and of course your concentration going to get bad. All that has to play in your diet as well. Sitting around, talking about nothing. And they out there eating healthy, the white man, all the other races out there eating healthy, running, jogging, making sure they monitor what their children eat, watch, making sure they monitoring what their children watch. Y'all don't give a damn. You got your kids, the black man got his kids in the damn car listening to Lil Wayne and all kind of madness, Meek Mills and all that, with his babies in the car listening to that. But that's the sign of a man whose mind is going. That's the sign of a man whose mind is going, whose mind is turned to crap. Anytime you don't care about your own children, what they listening to. Anytime you don't care about what your own children are listening to, that says something about you. So, let me go ahead and read these questions because we've come about to the end of our broadcast. Well, let me tell you. Our people, we got a long way to go in this evolution here. So, why do black people have a hard time concentrating and focusing on serious things in life? Reason why people have a hard time, because, like I said, they have a childlike mentality. Our people have had a childlike mentality bred in them, right? Our people have had a childlike mentality bred in them. So they can't focus on anything. They can't take anything seriously. Right? They can't think beyond, above and beyond where their minds are at now. They can't think beyond that. They have a childlike mentality. Look at the things our people do. You got black men playing video games up to they 25, 30 years old, dressing like they was when they were 17. There's no future for them because they're stuck mentally in a time warp where there's no evolution there. Where there's no evolution or thought of any thought of evolution, then there'll be no good concentration or focus, because that requires future thinking, forward, not backwards, not at that present time, but forward. Right? What should black people be focusing on for the future? Black people should be focusing on their own evolution, not the white man, not anybody else, but focusing on their own evolution, or evolution of their children. Their evolution collectively coming together as a new people. That's what you should be focusing on. Not as individuals, but collectively, because that's how everybody else moves. And it works for them, and it worked for us in the past, because we the ones to set this in motion. When you were talking about Egypt, when you were talking about Sumeria, when you were talking about all the ancient societies, they moved collectively as a government, not as individuals. I don't know where y'all get this madness from now. That's just some egotistical BS that you black men developed because y'all got this who this Negro think he is mentality. Y'all don't want to respect one another and y'all don't want to come together You understand? Because you don't want to feel like, oh, no man going to tell me what to do. What you really mean to say is no black man going to tell you what to do. But you'll listen to the white man all day. Hell, you listen to him all day. You do what he tell you to do. Whether you want to say you do or don't, you do. You follow everything you do in this society. You follow what he tell you to do. Whether you smoking weed, listening to hip hop, got your Dre beats in, that's what he wants you to do. Because he put it out for you to do it. So obviously, if he put it out for you to consume, you doing what he wants you to do. There ain't no doing you. There is no you. There's him. You're doing him, what he wants. When you stop doing that, then you're going to start doing you. The us is the state of mental. Right? So we should be focused on our future evolution, the evolution of our people, collectively coming together, dropping the old things. When did black people start to lose focus and concentration? Once you accepted their philosophies, their religion, and all the things, their names and everything else, once you accepted that and their way of thinking, then you started to lose focus and vision on why you're here, what your purpose and point was for being here. But we can find it again. Yes, we can find it again through this selectual intelligence, dropping the spirituality and coming back into the selectual intelligence. What is the purpose of developing good concentration? The purpose is for us to move forward, to start advancing and evolving, to receive higher thoughts, to receive higher technology, to put us back where we belong in the world, at the forefront as a pioneering people, to produce a progeny or an intelligent progeny of children where we could stop these people from controlling the outcome of our children by educating our children when we should be educating our own, preparing them for the future. Building for them. They're the best thing we're going to have. What will concentration produce for us in the future? A better progeny, a greater children, a greater people. If we don't see that, then like I said, our minds are messed up forever. And that's it. Join us Wednesday night. Another hot topic on State of Mental Radio. Join us on the May 19th for the State of Mental's where we're going to be doing the State of Mental's solar enlightenment, the soul enlightenment reception. All right? Yeah, that's it. I am the intellectual ʟɪᴍɪᴛᴇᴅ. This has been State of Mental Radio. What do I want to close with? I want to close with something nice. We had some good people in here, but, I'll close with this old Negro, Gil Scott-Heron, talking about the revolution will not be televised. It's already been televised. It's been bought, Gil. He's old. He's gone. We on to the evolution because the revolution has been televised badly. Good night.
It's the Republic of Mentellect, rising out the black race to the white race, out the black race to the white race. It's the Republic of Mentellect, black race to the white race. If it's hell, I'm in, then it's hell us. They tried everything just to spell us. Fed us religion, gave us fake gods. Through all of that, we beat the odds. Now we coming together under one flag. Colors red,